Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1064. Today's topic is the health benefits of fasting and early waking up. And this lecture I am delivering because from the next week we Muslims are going to start our fasting that is called Ramadan. When we are saying fasting, it is century old practice or habit or tradition to fast. There are two types of fasting. One fasting where all the foods are restricted. We cannot take even water. That is what Muslims they observe globally. And the other type of fasting, what in India they observe, the non-Muslims, where all the foods are not restricted, the fruit and water is allowed. That is other type of fasting. But here I am mainly concerned of Islamic fasting globally. And this fasting is little bit difficult in hot season like in April, especially in North Nigeria like Kano, Maiduguri, or even in Delhi because of dehydration. So first thing is that I am going to discuss what are the benefits, especially the health benefits of fasting. First thing is that by fasting, our sugar, metabolic process of sugar is controlled. I mean, there will not be much changes, either hypolevel or hyper, means hyperglycemia or hypoglycemia. It will be little bit more controlled. Secondly, fasting is very important to control chronic inflammation. And as you know, the chronic inflammation is the mother of lot of diseases, chronic diseases like heart failure, heart attack, stroke, and cancer. By fasting, it is drastically reduced, that is chronic inflammation. The third is, that is obesity or overweight. You will lose your weight because your intake of the calorie will be less. So in that case, your weight will be reduced, and at the same time, it will control your high blood pressure. Your blood pressure will be towards normal side, and also once you are fasting, your oxidative stress will be reduced, and overall your health will be in good shape rather than overeating. And the benefit of fasting is that the very interesting research was conducted by one Japanese professor, and he was awarded Nobel Prize. It was in 2016. He was Japanese, and actually in the beginning he was chemist. Up to master's level he did chemistry, and he was working on the protein of yeast, and that is how the yeast is going to reuse its broken protein. And after that he got the fellowship at Rockefeller Institute in USA, and he did his PhD in biology, and he worked a lot on gene therapy and then on cancer, genetic problem, and autophagy, and his name is Professor Yoshinori Osumi. Professor Yoshinori Osumi, when he published the paper about the autophagy, that is called autophagy. Autophagy word is Greek, and auto means yourself. Once your body cells, they start eating their own cells or muscles, that process is called autophagy. And on this autophagy process, he was awarded a Nobel Prize in 2016. And this work became very, very popular because he mentioned in his research publication that if you are fasting and if you are observing fast for 10 to 14 hours, in the case of Muslim fasting, before sunrise we have to stop eating, that is around 4:30 a.m. and then we have to start once sunset is there, maybe around 6:30 p.m. It depends upon that is a lunar calendar. It is around from 4:30 to 6:30. It goes roughly 13 to 14 hours fasting. So that fasting period, according to Nobel laureate Japanese, that our body is involved in autophagy, means whatever old cells are there, and some of our old cells, body cells, they are damaged, they are old, they are deteriorated, and their components inside, they are not functioning, so they are useless. So such type of cells, once you are starving, our normal cells, what they do, they just they will start consuming those cells which are damaged or destroyed. It will be broken down and they will use it for their metabolic process. So in that process, it will make the cleaning process. All the dirty material, junk cells will be recycled, we can say. They will use them to recycle, and they can live healthy lives. So that recycling, in that case, according to Japanese Nobel laureate, that is your Professor Yoshinori Osumi, that if you are fasting, the chance of cancer growth is very minimum. Also, your body cells, the other cells, will become more efficient because those damaged or destroyed cells which are recycled or consumed by normal cells, it will create the space for them to become more efficient. So this was very, very remarkable, his research project. And how it started actually. It started in the year 1955. And in the year 1955, the Professor Christian de Duve, it was in 1955, he mentioned that the cells, they have enzymes, and those enzymes are responsible, some cell materials, to break down the complex molecules, and those complex molecules are reused by the cells. And at that time he coined one term that is called autophagy. So autophagy term was introduced by him, and there was one component that was lysosome. Lysosome was discovered by Christian de Duve in 1955, and this lysosome in our cell body is responsible of reusing and breaking down of complex protein, carbohydrate, fat molecules, and in their recycling it is used. And with that process, he mentioned, that is autophagy means your own cells are eating the material of your own body. That is the meaning of autophagy. But in 2016, this Japanese professor, he did a lot, and he mentioned that if you are fasting at least 30 days or 20 days in a year, means your chance of getting cancer is reduced, your body will be clean, your mental health will be okay, your inflammation will be reduced, your sugar will be towards normal condition, and your inflammation will be drastically reduced. And here, let me mention one more thing. If you are thinking of fasting, there are two age groups. One is young, middle age, and the second group is that is above 60, 70. They are senior citizens. Please, for senior citizens, if they are going for fasting, definitely there is chance that in that age group of 70, there are some health condition. It may be cancer, it may be cardiac problem, it may be diabetes. Any health condition is possible. In that case, better first you discuss with your doctor and get the advice or discuss with him whether you are allowed or not, because for them, especially in Asia and Africa in April, because it is going to fall by last week of April and it will go, last week of March and it will go up to last week of April. It is very, very hot and there is every chance of dehydration. For young boys or middle-aged people, they have enough immune power to sustain that dehydration for a few hours. But for senior citizens, their immune system is weak. So it may not be good for them if they are dehydrated. It can aggravate their health condition. So they should only go for fasting only once they are permitted by the doctor. This is my scientific advice. Otherwise, I am not a religious man. They have their own religious outlook and thinking. And one more, my experience I am sharing. Recently, there are a lot of research studies and research publications. I have gone through it. Before, it was not well known about the B12 vitamin, that is vitamin B12, and role of calcium. These two are having multi-purpose health benefit to us, and especially during Ramadan period, this fasting period, we have to take care of these two. One vitamin, that is B complex, B12. Second one is calcium. Because the deficiency of vitamin B12 is having lot of implication. You will feel weak, you will feel fatigue, your leg and some of your portion may be sometimes irritated, sometimes itching, sometimes numb. So lot of complication is there. Even mentally you will be feeling cloudy, not very clear thinking, because our neuro cells are deprived of B12. So B12 is a very, very important vitamin for all of us, and it works very well when calcium is there. So calcium means vitamin D and calcium together. So calcium you can get from calcium sulfate, lot of milk and other material is there. But here, to get B12, of course, if you are taking heavy food like red meat, chicken and all those, but in Ramadan, in fasting period, we are avoiding heavy food a lot. We go for fruit, juice and vegetables. So in that case, the richest source of vitamin B is your fermented food. So the fermented food during Ramadan is very, very good for your health, And this fermentation means it will enhance its microorganisms, that is enzymes, and at the same time it will be rich in vitamin B12. So how to ferment and what type of material to be fermented? Yogurt is very important. Yogurt you should take. Then we call it what? Nono or kindirmo. In Nigeria we call it nono and kindirmo. In India we call it dahi, and we are making very good drink that is called lassi. Is rich source of vitamin B12. And here I have noticed in North Nigeria two items which they are using generally during breakfast, iftar. First they call it kunu. They call this kunu. Kunu is a type of thick porridge mixed with groundnut and some milk, and of course some little fermentation is also there. So kunu is very best option to take. And the other one they call it masa. This masa is purely rice is fermented and with some yogurt is used. So these three combinations are the best in fasting period: kunu, masa, yogurt, nono and kindirmo, and then some fruit and vegetable. This is the best low calorie and rich in vitamins, because we don't need high calorie. We need high volume, low calorie, rich in vitamins C, D, calcium, and especially vitamin B12, which is very important. So that is about the health benefit of fasting. And now the second segment is, that is getting up or waking up early in the morning. When anybody who is waking up early in the morning is clear indication that that person is disciplined. Only disciplined man who has the sense of discipline can get up early in the morning. Secondly, all the billionaires and CEOs of the world, they get up early in the morning, wake up early in the morning. And those who are not waking up early in the morning means they are easygoing and lazy-going, and that will harm their health. First thing is that, first benefit, once you are waking up early in the morning, maybe around 4:30, and your office is around 8 or 9, at least you are having 4 to 5 hours time. You are flexible, you are calm, you are cool. And then you can do your exercise. Early in the morning, your brain is creative, fertile. You can do a lot of creative work. And it also reduces the chance of anxiety and depression once you are getting up early in the morning. And thirdly, you have very good management of time. You can improve your skill and your thinking. And thirdly, if you are getting up early in the morning, means you are going to bed early in the night. So it indicates that you have sound sleep. And one more thing, that if suppose this B12 is less in your body, again there is chance that you will not get sound sleep, because this B12 is responsible of increasing the production of sleep hormone that is called melatonin. So once you are going to retire in the night, maybe around 9 or 10, after your that is Tarawih prayer, is the best time. Don't kill your time in the night. Usually this is the practice that sometimes they go on taking food, this and that, and late in the night, or sometimes some people, they go to bed only after taking their morning breakfast, sahri. That is wrong practice, and that is not going to help to your health. So there is lot of benefit of fasting, and once you are waking up early in the morning, it means you are disciplined and maintain that habit. So this is all about the health benefit of fasting, that is Ramzan. So after getting the Nobel Prize in 2016, I have gone through a lot of research papers, and lot of papers are coming, and they are discussing lot of health benefits of fasting. So time to time, no harm to fast. And in India, some of the spiritual gurus, they fast the whole year. They have fixed time. Once in maybe 12 hours or 20 hours, they take only one meal, and whole day or night they just keep on low profile. Is also type of fasting. So my good wishes, wish you all Ramadan Mubarak, fasting Mubarak, and let Allah give us good health, strength, fertile iman to observe 30 fasting days with all spiritual activities, especially during fasting time. We should go for charity, zakat, sadaqah, which is very, very important for our life and even hereafter. Once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.